Good morning again, folks. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. We are going back to that horrible world known as the JRC, but before we do, the usual disclaimers. Pardon me. So, folks, if you are unfamiliar with the Stop the Shocks, the campaign, and the campaign against the troubled teen industry, you're going to find all the pertinent links right there in the description box. Please, in particular, take note of the article written by NeuroClastic, a small non for profit started by autistics for autistics. In it, they interviewed over 900 ABA professionals in regards to the JRC's so called behavior modification program. The Judge Rotenberg Educational Center doesn't want you to read that article so much. They threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit if they did not remove it from the website. NeuroClastic has refused. You know the drill, folks. Please read that article. Share it on all your social media. Also included in there is NeuroClastic's public statement regards to the defamation lawsuit threat, as well as a link to their GoFundMe. We are crowdfunding just in case the JRC sees through with their threat. Trigger warning 1, where we discuss places like the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center and Agape Boarding School for Boys. You're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with mental health issues and disabled people being tortured and abused. If you do got young children present, folks, please make sure to go ahead and use those headphones. Trigger warning number 2, this channel is marked not for kids for a reason. We use profanity on occasion and speak on dark subjects. If your child is 16 and younger and they are watching this, very obviously parental supervision is advised, all right? All right, where we left off, right? Further, as explained in Response 13 and elsewhere, we believe that the proposed rule understated the harm of pain. Shade. First thing in the morning. You gotta love it. Where they get this is from video surveillance footage, in particular that now infamous video back from 2002 when Andre McCollins was shot over 31 times. If you actually genuinely believe the JRC when they tell you these things are not painful and has no side effects, that video pulls the rug out from under them. Okay? That video shows the truth in regards to the amount of pain that is being inflicted by those poor kids that are forced to wear this device. I mean, for me, it was the deciding factor. Before I went in to dive in and see just how many receipts that we had, that was it for me. Honestly, I'm a simple person. I like to think I'm a little bit overly average in regards to intelligence, but to me, if I am witnessing before my very living eyes a person screaming and begging for the pain to stop. Quite frankly, that is all I need in order to be able to accept the fact and fight like hell against it that those devices cause an immeasurable amount of pain. You don't go gutturally screaming like that if you got, like, I don't know, stung by a bee or something. Okay? Let's continue reading, shall we? As JRC acknowledges, the shock from an ESD is intended to be painful, and scientific literature and statements from individuals who are subject to ESDs, as well as others who have tested ESDs on themselves, indicate that the pain from the shocks is severe and it causes distress and fear. In particular, I want to take a little trip back in time when Diane Sawyer bleh, was covering this case when she put the device on herself, and she did mention this is extreme pain. He's like, it's supposed to be painful, it's supposed to hurt, and you're just, the fact that we're still even arguing this point is beyond insane, is all I'm saying. That should not be 2024 with the JRC and the way it does things still in existence. All right, just saying. They are also saying, this is something I have brought up a lot, especially during the JD versus AH case in particular. What I am talking about here, sorry, lost my train of thought. Hold on a second. Ah, yes, the big difference, right? The big difference is the individuals who went and spoke their stories to the FDA panel in regards to the JRC and what that device did to them didn't just expect the FDA to sit there, nod, buy it, and go on with their agenda. They're not Amber Heard. These are neurodivergent folks. They also include ER documents to corroborate what they are telling the panel. Literally setting multiple copies for each and every single FDA panel member from that time period from 2014 to 2016 of those ER documents. Professionals from the field of psychiatry, psychology, and neurology also produced their data in regards to the risks that come from these devices in the form of mental health issues such as, like I mentioned before, PTSD. Okay? We're not telling you listen and believe. We are telling you, as a contrast to AH, listen, believe, here's my receipts. Okay? There's a major difference there. But let's finish up, shall we? We believe that this evidence bolsters our previous findings and suggests the pain from the device is a reasonable basis to find support for the distress of future shocks from ESDs, potentially leading to post-traumatic reactions. It's this concept that we have learned over a period of time is when you are someone who is subject to having violence perpetrated on your person, whether it's for a singular incident or whether it's over and over and over again, it is more than likely, and all the literature suggests, that you are probably going to develop some form of PTSD. It's not a leap of logic here. It is something numerous studies have been done on for decades on end. In particular, I'm referencing the studies done in regards to mental health issues that develop from survivors of DV and survivors of childhood abuse, etc. We have enough evidence, circumstantial, yes, but evidence nonetheless, that such things like they get up to at the JRC are more than likely to affect us later going down the road. To give you a reference, I'll use my own life again. In regards to what happened in my childhood, I am literally 30 and some years down the road, safe from those events. However, thank you, PTSD. What happened took a toll. a terrible toll that I'm just now beginning to slowly dig my way out of and see the light of day again. Okay? It led to some extremely, very stupid decisions on my part as I was going through my 20s that cost me very, very dearly. And it didn't just do that, folks. It also affected my mental health in regards to my own self esteem, how I view myself as a human being, that self loathing and self hatred that so many of us have had to battle. Yeah, yeah. Just to give you an idea how PTSD can affect you down the road, especially when it's untreated. Especially when it's untreated. It makes complete utter sense for those of us like myself who've gone through some trauma that someone being forced on that device is going to probably have PTSD down the road. The reason why the JRC argues so hard against this is because after it has been determined by logic, reasoning, data, and the survivor stories and video surveillance footage themselves, that it's the treatment, right? The JRC is desperate to try to get you to believe that there's no side effects, in particular in regards to mental health, because it rips their platform out from under them, doesn't it? We're going to go ahead and close on that, folks. We don't get very many views on this channel. The few we do get removed from time to time. You know the drill, folks. Please don't forget to hit that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the comments. We appreciate your time this morning. As always, folks, we here at Spilling Tea do indeed hope you have a good one. I'll see you later. Bye bye, everyone.